Hello everyone, welcome in, it's Fiercestbard. Hello! I'm arting! And I'm getting barked at. Why am I getting barked at? Is it because I'm being too loud? What's going on everybody? How are you guys all doing? Hopefully you guys had great weekends. I'm being barked at by the doggo. He's probably expecting some treats, even though he's already got one. Where's your treat? Where's your treat go? Hold on, guys. I have a treat. You have a treat. How come you're looking at me like I didn't give you a treat, huh? But yeah. So, oh whoa, what the heck was that? That was the first time I saw that. Hang on. My dog is barking a storm at me. Hold on, guys. I'll be right back before I start. What's going on, huh? Where's everything? Where's your tweet? Where did it go? Okay. Let's go. We gotta get started. We gotta get started arting. We gotta get started arting. Oh man, this is the norm. This is the norm now. But yeah, while oh, shake. Yeah. Sit. But yeah, while I get that ready, I think I've appeased the doggo. Right now we are working on this fan art of Mint, Fantome Mint. And it is because we've been working on this for a little while now, but there's some stuff that I need to correct on it, unfortunately, and the corrections I was hoping to do this weekend, but I didn't get a chance to do it, like, realistically speaking. And hold on a second, I gotta check something, because it looks like, am I able to see my streams? Okay, hold on, coffee, hold on. Let's see. So it looks like something weird is happening where I started the vertical stream a little bit later than the horizontal stream, but it's not popping up on my tabs right now. So it's like, it's one of those things where I don't know if I'm even streaming right now to the vertical side of things. Hopefully it is. And if it is, you guys will let me know. I may miss some messages because of that, because it's just, yeah, that's just the way that all this stuff works. It's just so like new. I don't know. It's like, you know, I've been trying to get all this stuff to work, but technology escapes me. Let's see. Yeah, I only see the the horizontal stream. I don't see the vertical one going up, so I don't know. I don't know if it's actually streaming or not. If it's not, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. We missed out on one, you know, like, but hopefully it is, so that, you know, because I know some of you watch through the vertical stream and not the horizontal stream. But yeah. But yeah, I was hoping that I would have some time this weekend to do fixes to the line art here, but I actually did not. I had no time at all whatsoever to do it. So now I gotta go in and do these fixes, right? So let me do that now. Because I noticed, for those of you who didn't, who don't know, I noticed that there's quite a few issues with the line art, and it has to do with the fact that I was looking at two different designs for Mint, and I kept switching back and forth between them and not realizing that that's what I was doing. that I was mixing certain design elements from one design to the other, because she has a very similar costume for when she has her sleeves covering her arms and when they aren't, and stuff like that. And I think the differences are very minor, but they make a huge difference. So I am gonna try and fix this. I'm gonna try to fix this right now. Oh, let me see. Let me just make sure everything is working the way that it should be. Okay. All the sounds and everything is okay. But yeah, you know, like, making these edits should not take too long to do. But I was hoping to get more, to stick with more into the coloring this stream, but unfortunately, because I'm a dum-dum, that's gonna have to wait a little bit. And there's also some elements of her design here that I have to cover up a little bit. So let me just erase some of these parts here, because this does not exist on this design in particular, right here. The lockets here. And actually this too. So let me get rid of this. Okay. There we go. All right. And, you know, again, you kind of have to do these things all the time when it comes to arting, right? Like if you kind of screw up on certain elements and you mess up a little bit, right? You don't have to, you know, like stick with it, right? Like, you know, this is why you do your art on a digital platform, right? So you can make mistakes and just fix them when you can, you know? I think it's like, I get it, I totally get it. There is like the temptation to just kind of leave it. It's like, screw it, I don't want to spend any more time on it, right? But you know, if you leave it, it's gonna bug you. It's gonna bug you in the future, because I know it bugs me. It bugs me, so that's why I don't want to leave it. So I'm gonna fix it now. And yeah, you know, like, because it's fan art too, I mean, you know, like, you don't really have to obsess with having it so accurate, right? Like, you can actually make little changes based on your own likes and dislikes and stuff like that, right? Like, if you prefer certain things, like, I could just easily leave this, by the way. Like, I don't really need to make these changes, because I do like her other design enough, right? And it's not like it, you know, it's all that different from the design that I'm trying to do here. So, you know, like, I could leave it, but, you know, the more eagle-eyed amongst the community will be like, Bard, why'd you leave that? That's not the right thing. And then I'll be like, oh, I was lazy, or I liked it. and then you guys will be like, nah, you can't leave things like that. Okay, so that part is like that, and then the ribbon that comes out is it doesn't have these ridges on it like this, right? It's just kind of like that and that and stuff. So let me And then after this, I've got to draw in some stuff, more ribbony things and all that stuff. It's like, so just there's some details that I forgot to line art in here because I was like, admittedly, I was in a hurry to finish the line art so I could get into coloring it. That's a little case of me just being impatient and stuff like that. So, you know. Whoa. What's going on? What's going on, VTube Studio? Why do you keep freaking out on my model like that? I just started noticing that stuff happening. I did not notice that that's what it was doing before. Okay, and then that side is a little bit more like that. And yeah, maybe today we only correct some of this line art. You never know. Like, sometimes I think something's gonna be pretty easy to do and take very little time, but then it suddenly eats up all my time. And then I'm just kind of like, darn it. So there's that. Then I gotta fix this part, her collar, her entire collar section here, because this is not here. This is not supposed to be here. It sucks too because I spent so much time drawing these in, and then it turns out they're not even on this particular design. But them's the breaks sometimes. Them's the breaks. Gotta clear that up too a little bit. This part is not here because it's not really like a collar type of thing here, so okay. Whoa, what the heck was that? So just connect that. Yeah, and again, you know, I don't know if all of my streams are running because I don't see the vertical stream running right now, so I'm a little bit like, it's probably not up and live for some reason because I started it later than all the other ones. So I should have probably started them at the same time, but I'm not going to restart everything just to fix that right now, right? Like, you know, that's just the problem with multi-streaming, right? Oh, let me see. Okay. Let's see here. And yeah, I am a little bit early today, but it's only because I know that I'm gonna have a lot of things to do in a bit, so I'm just kind of like, Oh, shoot. And then this part over here is completely different. So yeah, sometimes it's like, you know, the time investment in terms of fixing it might not be worth it to some people, but I feel like it is for me. Because again, I don't really need to adhere so strictly to the design. I mean, we're, you know, given that it's fan art, you know, you're kind of allowed to do what you want, right? Like, but I almost feel like I really want this to be. Also, you know what? Let me just do something like this where I gotta uncheck all of the color layers just temporarily so I could do this easier. Okay, and let me check something too with my audio settings because okay, that's fine. Yeah. That should be fine. Okay. Now. Okay. Oh, and then there's a gap that formed here for some reason. Because vector lines, they be doing that. Oops. Oops. The problem that I think that I'm running into with this though is that, you know, this looks quite a bit different from the way that I'm doing the design elsewhere on her, right? So, well, it doesn't look that different once it's colored in, but it's like, it does make me think, should I just redo all of it to look like that? But then that's just me redoing a huge amount of the artwork for, you know, like, it's not little gain, but you know, at that point it's kind of like, damn, I'm just. But this is also why, you know, it pays to make sure that you got the right design in the first place. Oops. Okay, so there's that, and then where else? Oh yeah, there. Whoops. Oops. She doesn't have this part over here, like that, so let me get rid of it. I spent so much time drawing this stuff in, and I'll get rid of all of it. Yeah, this is not the cleanest patchwork of line art that I could do over here. Like, a lot of people would probably suggest redrawing the entire line from scratch, but I'm winging it. I don't care. Because from over there, you can't tell. Okay, what else? What else did I... Oh yeah, I gotta redraw parts of this. That's right. Luckily, this part is fairly simple to put back together. Okay. And then like this, like this. Okay, let's see. Then that there. Whoops. See, there's ways to fix it that'll make it look like I drew it in one stroke, right? Yeah. There you go. And then we'll just fix the colors to match up with the rest of this afterwards. Okay, then she has that there for sure. She has this part over here for sure. No locket, no locket. Let's see, where else? Where else do we gotta make changes? I made changes to there. Oh yeah, the ghost. The ghost. Okay, there's a ghost over here that's like a... So let's just and I can't really draw it like straight up, like because it's got to be foreshortened just like the way that she is a little bit. Just a little bit, right? There we go. Okay. Okay. And then I gotta fix some of this too, because this doesn't look that great. So let's mesh transform. There we go. Let's see. Ghost. Ghostbusters! Wait. No, why did it do that? Let's see, mash, transform.
Emotional damage!
Oh, I had to look up from that because the notification's so loud. Holy crap. Oh, hello, Mooney. Hello. How is everything? How was it to play Kingdom Hearts? The game that I am clearly a super fan of. So much so that I remember everything about the story, and clearly I don't remember anything about the story, actually. But yeah, hopefully it was a lot of fun. I know. I was paying attention to the story for the most part, at the very least. Oh no. I'm getting a call. I'm getting a call. Um, hang on, guys. Like, I gotta mute myself real quick because I gotta take this call from his, because it's from Papa Cap. And, you know, let's see. Let me mute. Let me mute myself, and I will be right back. I will be right back. Yeah, I'm back. Man, Mulan's storyline is summarized in such an odd way. You know, like, I mean, they have to do the little encapsulated versions of each story, right? Like, they can't really do the full story for any of them. So it's like, huh. Like, how much can they really do, right? You know, and actually, you know what's funny? Like, Mulan's actually one of those, Disney movies that I do actually like a lot, but it's not because I feel like the story is like amazing or anything like that. It's just because I like the soundtrack. I like the music for Mulan. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. It's so stupid of all the things, but yeah, it's like that's the one thing I like about Mulan. So I tend to like it a lot, and yeah, Coffee is being he's being a grumbly boy. Are you coming to He's running for the treats. He wants more treats. Hmm? Wait, what? No, it's too much. Okay. Alright.
That's right, back to baby.
Oh. Let's see, what else do I have to do here? I have to make so many corrections to this right now. Yeah, I did mention it earlier that like I kind of screwed up, but it's my fault, you know, like because I was just I guess I was just in that much of a hurry to get to coloring this thing that, you know, like I probably should have paid more attention to what the design was that I was looking at, and I just didn't notice because, like, again, both her designs are very similar, and it's like if I didn't like zoom out, I wouldn't have noticed that they were both quite different. So, you know,
Like her old design or like her...
I don't know if it's old or new. I honestly don't. Huh? it's the same art style, and it's like everything is the same colors and everything. It's just subtly different. Like when you look at both of them, like you just like. I guess that no, they're different
artists.
Yeah.
This is her most recent one.
Oh, okay, yeah.
This is the remake of that design.
Yeah, see, like, but like I didn't notice because I was always like this.
Because I was wondering what you meant by like the differences, and I'm like,
yeah.
No, so you would go based on this design.
Yeah, so I was actually drawing the details based on this design, but I was actually trying to draw this design because the sleeves are it's
the details, right?
Yeah, it's just
What are you talking about? If you had asked me, I would have told you.
Oh, yeah. You know, it's because I don't know them VTubers like you do. But yeah, like, I'm gonna try to at least get some more of the coloring in today. Finish this altered line work and see if it looks okay at the end. And then try to finish coloring this by this week, because I kind of want to just be done with it at this point. It's not like and it's not like I'm not saying that like, oh, I'm so sick and tired of looking at this. No, it's like it's because I have other projects that I want to do too. So yeah, and there's like, you know, like it's like a self-imposed deadline in a lot of ways, but you know, I can't work on things forever. See, and then there's like parts of this where I'm like, I'm drawing the frilly parts a little bit differently, so I'm like, should I redo those? But again, that's a lot of stuff that I'm redoing today. Which is, again, not necessarily a bad thing. It's just that, man, I really should have looked at the design before I went ahead and did this. Regrets! Regrets! But at the same time, I think it's good for you guys because you can see that even people who have been drawing for a while make stupid mistakes like this too. Yeah? What question? I actually only played that tutorial part. Like,
So long as tutorial ever.
yeah, I didn't know that that was just a tutorial, and I thought the whole game was like that.
And then you found out with the tutorial, right?
Okay, I have to tell you, the fact that I found out that it's a tutorial just now, that part, while you were playing it, right?
You know that was the tutorial?
I had no idea that that was a tutorial. That entire section was I thought a lot of the game was going to be based on that part of the game and stuff like that, right?
No.
So here's my thing. Here's my thing. And I know that there's a story reason for them to do it, but I feel like why add all that? Like storyline wise, yeah, it made no difference to where you started in the story. It actually made no difference to you. But like take out the the fact that they wanted you to get used to playing the game, right? Storyline wise, where you started in the game with the real story, now feels like that's where the game should have just started in the first place.
Like, it's more for story building, world building.
Yeah. But at the same time, it's like it feels so pointless to what you were doing. Like it feels really disconnected to the rest of it. Though I guess I'll trust you in that, you know, you say that it's for the world building. But yeah, that's kind of how I'm looking at it, and I can see why people get so like about the story in Kingdom Hearts sometimes. Okay, that's not coming out too bad. It's, yeah. Yeah, sorry. I'm a highly critical story connoisseur with my JRPGs. You guys all know. I had no idea. I actually thought like you would play like most of that game with Roxas.
You're like 20 years too late for this.
I know.
Did you not see any video of Kingdom Hearts 2?
No, I've never seen anybody actually play the game through. Like, I was playing that part of it, and I was just kind of like, yeah, it's kind of boring. So I was like,
I think you're gonna make people lose their mind. Like that.
Like, I knew that at some point you had to get him back. It's just, yeah, it's just like, you know. But I thought that that was the major part of the story. Like, I also wasn't really big into Kingdom Hearts, the game itself, like the game series itself, because like I didn't get to play the card game that you were playing before. And by then, I was just like, well, I missed a huge part of the story, and now I'm playing part 2, but then I feel like I don't understand what's going on. So I was like, yeah, maybe I should play this when I eventually play that Game Boy Advance game. At the time, it was a Game Boy Advance game, and then it was like, I never did it. Bart just never played it, and then it was just like, oh, okay, I guess I'm just not cut out for Kingdom Hearts. I'm not a Kingdom Hearts connoisseur. Okay, what is going on here? Why is it not? There we go. It's back. Okay, got that much at least. I probably should have been doing the entire frilly part of her costume like this, so I'm having some second thoughts on redoing it, because it's not gonna take me that long, I think, right? Because I think what it is for me is that I want it to be consistently the same, at least roughly, throughout all of this. Because I drew it like that over here and up here and stuff like that. But then on the frilly part down here on the apron and under this, I did not get that look and stuff like that. I did it a completely different way. And then over here too, I kind of did it. Like up here, but not quite to the degree that I'm doing it down there with. So I don't know. We'll see. Okay. And then like that. There we go. Let's see if this works out, or did I just screw the pooch when it comes to this? Oops. And it's not always gonna line up the way that you think it's gonna line up, but you give it a shot anyway and you see if it looks okay. Now that does not look great at all. Yeah, that does not look good. So whoops. Ah, okay. And I'm still experiencing some of the lagging issue with the Clip Studio. I think I'll eventually figure out what's going on here. But until then, I'll just continue. I'll just continue using this the way that I've been. You know, like, you know, we'll kind of live with it for a little while, you know? There, okay. Is that it? Is that okay? It's not. It's not it. Okay, okay. Then we put he's in. So she's got like these long ribbon parts that come out of the back here, where I guess it's tying the apron together. So I'm gonna draw one part of it. There's like a pattern on this thing, and then there's another one that's like more translucent that goes behind it too. And there's two of them, one on each side. Now luckily, because of the pose that I drew her in, they're not really that like you won't really notice them as much back here. So and this is the translucent one. Which you probably can't tell is gonna be translucent anyway, because there's no like background on this, the way that most images that I'll draw is like I maybe draw a sky or something like that. Originally this one was gonna be, I was gonna draw the ceiling of like a maid cafe, like a haunted maid cafe that's like dark and dank and stuff like that. But then I just kind of like kept thinking about it, and it's like, no, I don't think I'm gonna do that. Like, I don't know, it's tough. I don't think I really want to do that, so we shall see. Let's see, what else goes in here. Is that it? Let me just save real quick. I think that's it. Now I gotta correct the coloring on some of this stuff. So let's start with hair stuff. And then we'll go up. Well, actually, you know what? Jeez, okay. We can start with the blue parts. Yeah, that's the part that's gonna suck a little bit. I gotta fill in these gaps and things like that and erase these. And the color fill tools here, they don't do the best job of not leaving particles and things like that all over the place. Okay, that's for the blue parts, and then what is it? The hair parts. And then what is it? These white parts over here. And then those green parts that I need to remove. Oh, hold on, guys. I got another call. I'll be right back. Let's see. Okay. So I'm trying to find out where this green is coming from, and I can't seem to find it. Because it's not part of that, it's not part of that. So why is it green like that? What the heck? It's a part of a completely different layer. This is so weird. Okay. It's okay. Well, regardless of what layer it is, it's gone now. Okay. Alright, bringing back that layer colors. Okay. Okay. Then fill in more stuff over here. Fill in more stuff over here. Oh, and we probably have to fill in a little bit from the skin layer. So let's do that. Yeah, sorry, this might be one of those working streams where I'm just kind of like relatively quiet because I'm trying to get stuff done in a speedier way. So we may have less talky talk today, but I think that's okay, right? I think that's okay. Because we gotta finish this. And I actually am kind of excited to do the next image that I have like queued up here. Like I've been talking about it a little bit. I did a sketch. It's gonna be of Zentreya for sure. I've recently been watching Kamen Rider on YouTube. I've been watching the new series Kamen Rider whatever that Kamen Rider is. Kamen Rider Zets, right? That's the they're basically trying to simulcast that one so that like they're trying to do the whole like we're gonna make a show that appeals to the audiences worldwide and stuff like that, right? So um I've been watching that one as of late, and it's okay. I like Geats better, but I guess like that's kind of the thing, right? Like everybody's gonna have certain ones that they like better than the from previous days and stuff like that. But even though I like Geats better, it doesn't mean that this one sucks or anything like that. I think that's the fun part about these series. They don't last like um that long. They've only got like maybe 50 episode runs every year and stuff like that, but then you get something new the next year. So I like when series actually end because of things like that. Like because then you start anew next year and they can build up on stuff. I know it kind of sucks though sometimes because maybe you like the current thing, you want more of it, right? But sometimes it's cool when something ends because then again they can start over with the new cast and new stuff. I guess I've just always been partial to that. That's probably why my favorite Transformers do not include Optimus Prime, because he's a constant. I do like the toys for Optimus Prime. He definitely always has really good figures and stuff like that, but him as a character, I feel like he's kind of a mainstay that you have to have, but not necessarily my favorite because he's always there. And I think that down here. I just gotta fill this in and then we can start doing more coloring stuff. Let's see. Uh-oh. What is that sound? What is that sound, Coffee? Get off my lawn! Yeah, I think Coffee heard some dogs barking or geese or something outside. The long neck ducks, as I call them. So he started barking at them. It's like, get off of my lawn! Okay. And then one more fill in area because we got to get the ribbons I just created, right? Or then we're gonna have to design the pattern that's on them, or maybe we don't. Maybe we technically don't. I can always just draw it in myself. We don't always have to do stuff like the fancy way. Okay, and then what's that there? Let me get rid of that lingering particle. And then for the green parts there, I need to put a different layer, so And then we'll just make it transparent, more so. And then if, you know, we draw something behind it, it'll show up like that. So yeah, there we go. Okay. Coffee's being a noisy boy. He's like, rah! Get off of my lawn! Okay, let's try doing a little bit of the skin parch. Here we go. So what I usually do is I put a layer, and then I go to clip to layer below. So anything you add to that layer in terms of color or whatever, it's only gonna affect the current layer that's underneath it, that is linked to it. So like, just kind of try it out. There we go. Coffee, why are you so noisy? You're so noisy! Everybody's gonna be like, ah! Why is that dog so noisy? And right now, I'm just adding a little bit of color to the skin, just to help to define some of the volumes that are here, right? So like, you know, I don't want to go too far and create shadows yet. I'm just like trying to make it so that the skin is not just a two-dimensional flat surface, right? So what I did was I took a little bit of like this pinkish color, and I'm just spraying it with the airbrush to add some curvature to certain areas, like the shoulder, or maybe some to define where the jawline is on the neck and stuff like that. Just little things that, you know, help to make her pop out more as a you know, like a three-dimensional being, as opposed to just being a flat colored character and stuff like that, right? So because then again, I just don't want her to just be like a two-dimensional character. She's like three-dimensional, right? Even though she's like being cel-shaded and stuff like that, right? You still add these little things just to give them some depth to them, and it makes it a little bit more interesting to look at the character then. Like, even with that little bit and stuff like that, you can kind of start to see the characters starting to come to life a little bit more. And that's just a little bit of airbrushing, right? With very subtle hues here, stuff like that. So see, even on the thigh here, if you just add a little bit, right? Hello, Nomis. How you doing? What's going on? What's going on with you? I heard the ice has overtaken the region. I heard from the Cappies back in Cappy Town. Just finished work and looking for food? Nice, you know? That's good, you know? People should look for food. Always good to look for food. Especially after work. Yes, it has, but we're on break until the weekend. Damn, okay. Yeah, I've been hearing from coworkers and stuff like that, that the weather has not been so kind. Okay, let's do a layer. We'll just call it shadows. And then let's grab some color. Why is he yelling at us? Why? Why does he hate us? No, he doesn't. Hello. Everybody say hi to Mooney. No, why not? Why no? They must not know. Okay, now I'm gonna start adding shadows to this thing, but what has Coffee been doing, huh? Yeah, tall poodle, yeah.
Poodle, and also how he tries to push his head through the door.
Yeah, we opened a door out to our patio a little bit to air out while we were cooking and stuff, right? And he sees his nemesis tall poodle outside. So there's another dog who's a rather tallish, long-legged poodle that lives nearby, and he saw his nemesis out there, and he decided to try to push his head outside of the opening that we made in the door to air out while we're cooking the you know, the smells and things like that, right? He decided to push his head out there and just start barking up a storm at Tall Poodle, like, get the hell out of here. Coffee, why are you so angry at that poodle? That poodle has done nothing to you. In fact, that poodle is rather friendly. I would say that poodle is actually rather friendly. But nah, Coffee is just like, no. Is it because poodle has the tall, spindly legs? They unnerve you? They unnerve you so, Coffee? Oh, and what I'm doing too is, like, there are certain parts where I will leave the shadows hard, like the line where the shadow is, I will leave it like rather what is it? Like, I will leave it like as a hard line, but then there are parts like here where I will soften it a little bit more and stuff like that, right? So you want like a blend of hard and soft shadows, and it looks pretty good, especially with anime style characters and things like that. Like, I feel like you don't always want to have just one type of shadow, right? Like certain areas are going to be softer than others. Like the hard shadows are going to be closer to the areas where I believe that things are much more closer to it, like where the like over here under the chin, or maybe like, you know, or maybe like where the hair is much closer to the skin over here. And then the softer shadows, I'll soften it up like the further away it gets from those areas. Like maybe this one could have been like a hard shadow over here, but I do like the transition between hard and soft in certain areas. Stuff like that, right? Like, since this part is going more into where the clothes are and stuff, right? And then add a little bit over here because it's like that. A little bit under the chin here too. And then I'll take like a soft brush and erase some of it to kind of shape it into what I want it to look like. And I'm just adding a touch of it over here and stuff like that. Now, I could do the thing where I put a hard shadow under the nose. I could do that here. And soften it up on the bottom here. Okay. And then over here, where the hair is like closest to us. Like that. Oops. There, that's not even really that many levels of shading and stuff like that, right? But, you know, every little bit helps. So... just trying to take this opportunity to shape this part a little bit more. Okay, and then have a little bit of... Whoa, what the heck? Oh, wrong tool. Wrong tool. And I'm doing a little bit more with the airbrush here so that it's like... Okay, cool. Alright. And then go back in here and just add the hard shadow part. And again, this is just to keep things from being a little bit too symmetrically flattened, right? Because it's already like a 2D illustration, right? So, but you don't necessarily have to have everything as just 2D cell shaded with hard edges all over the place. Like if you kind of mix in some soft edges here and there with the shading and stuff like that, it really does bring it out a whole lot better, I think. At least in my opinion. I don't know how everybody else feels about it though. Okay, and then we add like a highlights layer of some sort, because I know it's not always everybody's favorite when it comes to anime artwork, but sometimes like there's this like plasticky look on the skin that some people like. I don't tend to like overly like it, but I do admit that sometimes it looks pretty good, like in certain areas. Goofy, sorry I'm late. No, no, you're not late. You're here right when you when you need to be. What's up? How you doing? No one's ever late. Don't worry about it. I'm just trying to do some coloring right now. I'm trying to add the shiny parts to her skin. Getting some stuff done. I had to redraw quite a few lines here and stuff like that. Also, sorry not being here in the past year. Oh, no. You don't have to apologize for that. It's all good. Like, but yeah, it's nice to hear that you're doing well, you know? Like, you know, it's not necessarily like like you guys don't have to be here. Like, unless you guys want to, you know. No, it's one of those things, right? It's like, I know you guys have things going on and stuff like that, so it's okay if you miss a stream or two, you know. I'm not gonna be super upset or anything like that, right? Like, it's all good, you know. But yeah, it's nice to hear that you're doing well and stuff. I'm hoping that I'm doing a lot of the coloring here in a way that's it's all good and stuff like that. You know, I do want the lips to be juicy. But we'll see what happens with that. We'll see what happens with that, you know. Whoa, what the heck is that? Yeah, sometimes I'm gonna have some lag troubles with this, as again, I'm still having those issues with Clip Studio here. It might be due to the fact that this laptop just cannot power through certain things, right? But, you know, I'm not gonna lie, if you scribble lines, it will look like something. You're gonna trace it. Oh no. I mean, like honestly speaking, like tracing to learn is okay, right? Like, you know, just to put out the art disclaimer of tracing to learn is okay, you know, just don't claim it's your own work and that's it, you know, like but yeah, like it's always okay to do stuff like that, right? It's fine as long as you're using it as a way to learn and grow as an artist and stuff like that, right? Like, you know, I would never tell somebody to if they hey, what's going on here? Why is this? Why? Okay, and then sorry, I'm like, why isn't that working? Okay, there we go. But yeah, like, you know, it's all good. Hey, Hoff, how you doing? How's everybody's favorite werewolf? We're just doing shadows right now. Because I had to redraw a ton of line art just now because stupidly I did not realize certain parts of her costume had a completely different design. She has two very similar designs between her older design and her newer design, and they're quite similar in a lot of aspects, but because I was so zoomed in and focused on doing my thing, I did not realize that I was mixing up certain details on the two designs. I believe Mooney told me this was her older design, which is the one that I was trying to do this whole time. I'm okay had another supposed Sly Cooper incident, which I don't believe. Yeah, you're gonna need to put cameras out there, or like not cameras. I shouldn't say cameras. You're gonna need to get like one of those like mousetrap style security systems where like a cage falls on somebody that goes out there. No, don't actually do that. That's probably you're gonna be liable for something, right? I have one and a gargoyle. Oh, okay. Well, you know, make sure that the security panthers and stuff, you know, like like, you know, all that stuff is cool until you actually use it, and then you see a lawsuit coming your way. I mean, gargoyles are nice. It's just that the only problem is like the gargoyles that you forget about, right? Like, you know, like the ones that they forget on the churches and stuff like that. They must have been up there for like hundreds of years, and then they finally like somebody finally releases them, and they're like,
emotional damage.
Oshio, what's up?
Mr. Meeseeks, look
Holy
at
crap!
me.
What is going on?
I'm Mr. Meeseeks.
Let me
look
give
at
the
me.
shout out here. Oshio, it's been a minute. How's everything? What is going on? Let me give the shout out first, and then let me thank Crimson Vixen. Thanks for the follow. Full Metal Riley, thanks for the follow. Super appreciate it. Hey, forgot I didn't have a sub on Oshio. Oh, you didn't. Hello everybody, welcome in. Oh my god, I forgot it was my Oshio. It's just been that. It's just been that long, hasn't it? Thanks for the follow, Made Waluigi. What's up? How are you guys all doing? Welcome in, welcome in. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Fiercestbard. I am a V artist here on Twitter. I am currently trying to draw Mint, Fantome Mint for purposes. For purposes. This is how far I've gotten in. But yeah, guys, like. I don't know if you know her, but if you guys are here and you don't know Oceanax, you should go and join her channel and throw a follow over there. Very awesome variety streamer here on Twitch, and she does multiple things, including art and gaming and all sorts of stuff. You know, I think you guys will have a lot of fun. But yeah, welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Doing good. Got distracted from art and did some. Wait, what's Noida? What's that? I don't know that. Oh, thank you. No, thank you. Like, super appreciate you coming in, and you know, like, a warm welcome to all the raiders here and stuff like that, and all the followers and stuff like that. And thanks again. Hello, thank you for the follow. I don't know what the follower goal is, but we just made it. I don't know what the goal. I don't know what to do for the 620 follower goal. It was just on the thing, and I guess I met the goal of it. It's a funky little roguelike game with particle physics and crazy wand building stuff. Really? Okay. And you gotta level up to make it through levels. So it's like, okay. So it's a roguelike. So you gotta play it multiple times for each stage, I'm guessing. And stuff like that, right? Like you gotta not only play it multiple times, but also like, you know, like I guess you keep what you get killed with, and then just like come back and stuff like that. Like it's been a minute since I've played a roguelike. I will fully admit it. This capybara has not been playing too many games other than Marvel Rivals and Monster Hunter on this my off time. You gotta fall to make it through. Really? What? Now, you don't keep stuff you lose. It fully resets each time. You just gotta learn how the world works. Oh, okay. So it's like retaining information every single time that you fall in the game, I guess, right? And then you come back more ready and able to do all the stuff. But yeah, that that sounds pretty good. Like that sounds a lot of fun. I hope you and all the viewers had a lot of fun with that. And Oshio, I gotta say, I understand. You probably were streaming like all day almost. Like, so if you need to go and like relax or get something to eat, feel free to go. And we're just gonna keep on going. We're just gonna keep on going and arting and all that other stuff. But yeah, you gotta fail. Yeah. It's like I like, again, like the only games that I've been playing lately are Marvel Rivals and Monster Hunter. And it's like I haven't even been playing them on stream. I've just been drawing on stream this entire time to try to get ready for some art goals this year, because I'm trying to prepare more artwork and apply to more like conventions and stuff like that where they have artist alleys. It's super competitive, like hyper competitive, and like I might be setting my goals a little bit high considering like I'm very new to the convention circuit and stuff like that, and like I still have a long way to go in terms of improving artwork and stuff like that, but like I'm trying my best right now, like to get up there. Bro, you're really good at drawing. Yo, my brother plays Marvel Rivals. Really? Oh yeah, like yeah, I've been playing Marvel Rivals since release. I've always been kind of a Marvel guy in some ways and stuff like that. Like I haven't liked their stuff as of late, but in terms of their movies, but I still keep up with it. But yeah, thanks for the kind words. Like again, I do feel like I'm still growing as an artist and still learning a whole lot of things. So I'm trying my best, we'll see what happens, right? You know what, Hoff, you're right. Thunderbolts was good. Thunderbolts has actually been my favorite Marvel movie of recent time. Like I don't really like rewatch too many Marvel movies. Other than Thunderbolts. I actually saw the movie again like recently, because I'll just kind of leave it on while I'm doing work and stuff like that, and I do find it really good and stuff. So I kind of can't wait to see some of those characters come back in future movies, right? But yeah, we're just trying to like color this one. I had to like redraw a whole lot of parts of this artwork because I didn't realize that. So Mint has like multiple costumes, like any VTuber has multiple costumes, right? Like and I didn't realize I was looking at two different costumes while I was drawing this. I actually thought I was looking at just one, so I kept drawing details from one costume onto this one. Like I was trying to draw her in the I guess this is her older design, as Mooney let me know. This is her older design, and I kept adding the stuff from her newer design onto it because I didn't know if the older design or the newer design had the longer sleeves. I wanted the longer sleeves, so I thought that was like tied to the design itself, but actually it's not. I think she can have designs. I think she can have the sleeves no matter which design she's using. I'm thinking. I don't know. Fuse the outfits together. I should, right? Like I should have just said screw it. Let me just like finish coloring this like instead. I don't care that the design's different. I should have just said that, but I was like, I can't live with it. I can't live with the shame of knowing, because even though I'm the only one that'll know, other than the people that pick out all the mistakes and stuff like that, but I'll know, and as long as I know, I'm gonna be bothered by it. So that's why I was like, nah, I don't wanna do this with just that. So yeah, I was being particularly picky with it, and now I'm kind of regretful because I'm spending more time on this than I should. But yeah, it's okay. Sometimes those things happens, right? Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. We're not gonna to worry about that. We're not gonna stay on that forever, right? You guys are gonna forget like by tomorrow. But yeah, like hopefully we'll see what happens later this year though. Like I'm very hopeful about, you know, just starting my kind of art journey down the path of the peeps who go to conventions and stuff like that. I have actually tabled at a convention before, but just like by sheer luck, I like one of Mooney's friends had a table available, and by sheer luck I just happened to be attending that convention, so I ended up tabling at one previously, and I enjoyed the experience enough that I was like, you know what, I want to try this. I want to try this for reals, you know. So yeah, I'm trying to prepare more artwork to help with that stuff, and to do, you know, like more art stuff as a business, right? Like I know like doing art is risky as a business type of thing, but I'm very lucky. I still have a day job, so I'm juggling the two. I'm juggling the two right now, and I'm hoping to make it work, you know. That's what's going on in this Cappy's land, but you know, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens, you know. Let's see. I think I might be actually adding too many. Yeah, I'm adding too many layers of shading here, so I think I need to take some of this down a bit, because it doesn't look great when you add too many layers there. Okay, I just want to add just a little bit over here to kind of like color in the parts that are like really heavily occluded by something. Is that the word, occluded? I don't know my art terms. I'm not a traditionally trained artist, so I don't know any of that stuff. I'm not fancy like the art teachers and stuff. Okay, I shouldn't have such a big spray there. But yeah, you know, like, after this one, like, again, I was talking about it earlier, but after this one, you know, like, I can't wait to work on it, but I sketched out a little bit of an artwork that I do want to really get to working on, of Zentrea. She's another quite popular VTuber, and recently she debuted a new costume that is very Kamen Rider inspired, and I've been recently watching Kamen Rider on YouTube, because they're simulcasting Kamen Rider Zex. So Zets, is that how you say it? And so I'm like, you know, occlusion, yeah, I think I mean the occlusion. I think that's the word. I'm not sure if that's the word. But yeah, like, they've been simulcasting it for quite a bit now, because they're trying to promote it more in the West and stuff like that. So I like, you know, I've always been into Kamen Rider as a show and stuff like that. So I'm like kind of heavily motivated to work on like Rider style artwork and stuff like that. And, you know, like, her new costume is pretty cool, so, you know, we'll see what happens. And then after that, I have some artworks that I probably need to do in terms of speaking of tabling stuff, right? Like, I need to work on an artwork, like a promotional artwork of some sort, right? Like, in case I end up being able to table, where I'll have like signage and stuff like that. I know that's like not the most exciting thing in the world, right? But it's like, I have a couple of characters here that I can use and stuff like that, right? Like, me and Mooney both have some OCs that we can use for said signage and stuff like that, so we can draw them and stuff like that, and it'll be kind of cool. And speaking of which, you know, like, I'm really bad about this, but I'm supposed to I'm supposed to do the plug, but you know, we happen to have a Cappy Buds. VGen, I should say. A Cappy Buds, yes. I happen to have a VGen. It's called Cappy Buds. If you guys want to check out more of my work, feel free to go over there and look at it and stuff like that. And you know, hopefully you like what you see and stuff. Yeah, see, I did the plug. I'm good at this. I'm good at this stuff, right? Did you know if you scribbled it would look like an animal or something? Wait, what? Goofy, what? Seriously, if I scribbled it will look like an animal? It just automatically looks like an animal somehow? How does that work? Actually, you know what? There's like a thing, right? Isn't it like with human beings when they look at like certain things like clouds and stuff like that? I forgot what it's called, but it's like you look for patterns and shapes that are familiar to yourself, so like you'll actually start to see like humans and things like that in if you stare long enough. Like you'll actually see like that's how people I'm guessing started seeing shapes and creatures in the clouds and in constellations and stuff. I'm imagining. Like, I forgot what they call it, but like I know that it's like a condition for humans to actually see things. And I think that's also something that they explain, like why people pareidolia. Thank you, Huff. Thank you. You always know the hard words. But yeah, like yeah, it's called pareidolia, right? Like it's like when you stare at something and you try to like form like a human shape or something that's familiar to your brain, and but it doesn't always like work, but then you kind of think you see it. So maybe that's why people see ghosts and stuff like that in dark places and things like that. So you know, a lot of people suspect that that's like a thing that's happening with a lot of those situations where people are like, oh my god, there's ghosts. But yeah, thank you. I don't always know what the words are. I don't always know what the words are. My vocabulary is very little. Just like the size of this Cappy, I'm very small. I don't have a large vocabulary. That's not why people see ghosts, but what do I know? Oh, I see. You have some more info about why people see ghosts? Actually, no joke, like Mooney is always because okay, like I don't know how much I believe in ghosts and stuff like that. My family has been less spiritual. Like I know Cappy Bro doesn't really believe in it and stuff like that, right? But Mama Cappy, back in the day, she actually was quite spiritual in a lot of ways, and she believed in a lot of the paranormal spiritual stuff with Cappies, right? So like me being so close to her, I kind of grew up with some of it sticking with me. So I'm actually very jittery in terms of like dark places and things like that, and places that might be haunted and things like that. I'm actually like a scaredy pants when it comes to that sort of thing. And like Mooney knows this, so she's constantly always doing things to scare the crap out of me. Well, not that much, but she's always doing these things that you know, get me. Especially when I'm wandering around at night and I'm like, I can barely see because I have bad, unlike the other creatures in the rainforest, I don't have very good night vision. I'm a very different capybara. I can't swim and I don't have very good night vision. So it's like, you know, like I don't know how I've survived in the wild this long, you know, like I really don't. But you love Silent Hill. I know, I like horror games and horror movies and stuff, right? But it's like one of the things is like I can't stand it in real life, but yet I like watching those movies and I like those types of games. So I don't know what the heck is up with me. I don't know. It might be, I might be like one of those people that like to be scared. I don't know. I know that's like really weird to say, but there are people out there that like to be scared, and I might just be one of those people, you know? But yeah, welcome in, Action Production. How you doing? Welcome in. Oh, you came in with the Raiders. Did your message just come through or something? But yeah, welcome in. We're just trying to do this fan art of Mint, Fantome Mint. I think that's how you pronounce her name. You know, I saw her. Okay, I will fully admit. I've seen her in clips for the most part, in terms of where I've seen this particular VTuber before. I've seen her in a lot of clips with where she's doing collabs with other VTubers that I like and stuff like that, and I really enjoyed those clips and stuff, and I thought that her design was actually really fun, so I decided to draw this design. But yeah, it's coming along, only I'm running into a lot of issues with redrawing things and recoloring things all over the place because I keep mixing up two of her designs because they look so similar that I keep mixing them up, and I'm like, damn it. What's going on? Why can't I just do this right? I had to redraw like such a huge portion of this that I'm just kind of like, damn. I spent a lot of the beginning of this stream doing it, so I'm going on what, like day 5 on this one at this point, which is not necessarily a bad thing. I mean, you know, like it's like, you know, art is not it's not a race. It's a marathon, right? You know the old saying, right? But you know, sometimes I want to move on. Sometimes I want to move on to other things that I'm doing too. You know, but it's okay. It's okay. We're getting somewhere with this one. As long as I can get this looking okay. But yeah, she has some patterns in her hair and things like that that I've got to get in there. And then I had to like redraw a lot of the frilly parts on this costume because she has a lot of frilly things, being a maid. So, you know, like I had to redo a lot of this one, and it doesn't help that I'm trying to do this off of a laptop too. So like there's quite a bit of this artwork that's giving my laptop like lots of fits and stuff like that, and because of the undo levels on Clip Studio, I'm guessing it's just a little bit too much for this. But we'll see, you know. I'm gonna do that in a minute. Now I have to figure out what the heck I was doing. I forget things easily, so when I'm about to do something and get into a conversation, I forget what I was gonna do. You know, I'm very similar. I get very easily distracted. It's one of the things that's really bad about me at work. Like if people distract me, I will forget things. I will straight up forget things, and it's like, damn. So yeah, like I totally get that. I totally get that. I mean, you could. I'm pretty sure there's probably some mental exercises out there where you can like train yourself to not have that happen. But you know, I have no idea what those would be. I honestly have no idea what they would be. Let's see. I need a layer like this. Stuff. But yeah, sometimes also like there's like these parts of the human body that are kind of how do I explain it? It's almost like this reddish color. And I forget what this is called too, but it's sort of like if you've ever held your hand up to a light or something like that, right? And you'll see like the redness underneath your skin, like or on your skin in certain places and stuff like that, right? There are areas on the body that have a lot of that kind of effect. So I need to like do a little bit of that in certain areas. I know that there was a name for it, but I don't know what it was. I don't know what it was. See, chat? Again, I don't know all these art terms or what they're called, but I know a lot of people do though. But I'm kind of adding them in a little by little, and it's like I know that there's a way to automatically do this using certain filters. I was actually someone actually showed me how to do it using levels and hue and saturation layers, adjustment layers, and I do remember how to do it, but like it doesn't work on my art. I guess there's just something about the way that I do things that is like so different that it doesn't show up as much and stuff. So I gotta manually add it into certain areas. But I do it with a color dodge layer, and I'll usually pick like a brown that's closer to the red or an orange area, and then I will lightly airbrush between the border of certain places and stuff like that, just to kind of get that effect going and stuff. And it's kind of nice, you know? It's kind of nice. It's very subtle, so it's not like you get a whole lot of it or anything like that, but, you know, you don't need too much. Am I on the right tool? Yes, I am. Okay. Yeah, I don't know how much it's showing up on the video, but you can, like, if I zoom in a little bit, maybe you can kind of see where parts are starting to turn a little bit orange at where the border is between the shadow and the skin and stuff. It's kind of nice. It's kind of nice. I like it. Hits Mint with omnidirectional punch. Why would you hit Mint with an omnidirectional punch? Why would you do such a thing? The better question is why not? Wow. Wow. It's okay. I understand what werewolf kind is. I understand that you guys are just like that. But yeah, just a little bit goes a long way, you know? And it sort of helps to you know, like, make the character a little bit more alive, if that makes sense, right? Let's see, the only mint I know other than food is from Threads of Fate. We are old and very fight or flight. Wow, Threads of Fate. I hadn't heard anything about that game in like a long time. I never beat it. I never beat that game, but I remember like really liking the character design and the music when that game came out. Oh yeah, let me see if it works on the eyes too. Yep. Just a little bit where the eyes are. It was easier to beat with Mint than with Rue. Oh yeah, that was because there were like two different characters you can pick, right? I wonder why they always did that. Like they always had like one character easier than the other and stuff like that. No, but these days the only games I play are the two, the Monster Hunter and Marvel Rivals. Though that recent patch for Monster Hunter, though, that has been like amazing. I gotta say, I gotta give it to them. I didn't think it was possible. I actually thought that we were kind of screwed and stuck with a version of Monster Hunter that will just never be like any good. And now, granted, it's not as though that fixed everything. I still feel like there's plenty in the game that's like messed up and still like, you know, not that good. But it has improved quite dramatically. I will say that the game is quite playable as long as you have like a relatively recent computer and stuff like that. And well, even if you don't, like I play it on this laptop now in 1080 and stuff like that. And granted, I have to use all the tricks. I have to use frame gen and DLSS and all that stuff, right? That everybody kind of, you know, dislikes and stuff like that. But it easily gets me over the 60 frames per second. Actually, there's some areas that it runs at 90 to 100 now. So with all that stuff on, and you know, as long as you don't mind having like a gazillion freaking, you know, features that are faking the frame rate for you on, I mean, you know, at least the game is playable. I will say that much. At least the game is playable in a lot of ways now. So, you know, I think the game being available to play is better than it just being completely, you know, not you just if you can't play it at all, that kind of sucks, right? So I think it's okay. I think what Capcom has done has finally made the game like tolerable in terms of its performance. That's the word I will use, tolerable. I still don't think that the game is there yet though, because like again, it's kind of like, why does this game take so much PC to play? Like this game does not look like the type of game that should take that much to run, and it takes like, you know, it takes like a physics laboratory's worth of PC to run. Like that's the part that bugs me a lot about it, you know? Have you seen RE Requiem? I've seen parts of it. Also hits her with Serious Punch. Why Serious Punch now? You don't have to hit her with Serious Punch. She's a ghost anyway. What are you punching at? No, but yeah, I've seen parts of it. I saw some stuff about some of the characters from specifically the main heroine. She's apparently got some connections to the what was her name? Alyssa from Resident Evil Outbreak, right? There, you remember those games? Yeah, Outbreak. Yeah, geez, man. Of all the games for them to reference, like that was the last thing that I expected. I love them. Yeah, they were fun, you know. Why do what, Goofy? Why do what? We're not we can't hit Mint with the punch. Why would we hit her with the punch? But yeah, like I'm coloring this one in with more of like I'm just trying to detail out the shading and the highlights here. This is more of a traditional shading style that I'm doing with the way that I'm doing it. But I did originally think that maybe, so here's a layer that I created. So this is originally what I kind of had thought where the shading was, and as you can see, some of it is a little bit different. So I should have probably had this up as a guide to show me what I needed to do now. It looks like I had more of the jawline defined here, so maybe I should go up that way with the jawline. So let's try it. Because I usually like having a sort of like a template, or rather not a template but a guide. I always kind of color these things with a guide for myself, so that I know what I'm doing and where I'm gonna go with everything and stuff like that, right? So I think that I need to follow this a little bit closer. There we go. So like for that, and then for this too, like over here, because then like this sort of look over here will kind of bring out where her leg is. So it almost looks like her leg is a little bit more three-dimensional, right? Because it's actually in under the cover here and coming out of the cover into the light in front over here. So should have probably done this first before I did anything else. Just to make sure that I'm like fully aware of where I wanted all the colors and things like that to go. Then I had some over here. Probably don't need to go this high with this part. Where else? That's it. Yeah. And then undo that. Let me take that layer off and then kind of go in and just like fix some of this a little bit. What did you read first? Wait, well, what was that? What was that question? What did you read first? Like, what do you mean? Like in terms of manga and novels or whatever? I'm not actually like a good reader to be honest. Like actually pretty bad at reading books and stuff like that. Cause like what is it? Like whenever I talk to Mooney, for example, about like anime stuff, she always tells me that she read it, and I was like, oh, I didn't read it. I watched it. So I'm like one of those people, like the people that only watched Game of Thrones but not read it. Unfortunately, I should add unfortunately to that too. Reading is awesome, though. I mean, it is. I'm not going to say anything against reading, right? Like, I do think that it is definitely a thing that we could all do a little bit more. But at the same time, it's like, it's more because, like, I literally don't have the time to read when it comes to certain things, right? Like, I like, if I had to spend time to read something, right? I think my whole day would be gone, and then I'd be in trouble at work. So yeah, it's mostly due to adulting, unfortunately. And you know, like, yes, I could make the time to read, but I also have to art more. So since my art journey is more important, I have put reading on the back burner, unfortunately. Did you know Earth weighs 13 septillion pounds? Really? I did not know that. I usually like space things too. But I did not know that. I actually I actually follow a lot of the missions that they do. Like, for example, whenever they send up like a probe or something like that to different planets and stuff like that, I do follow that news and stuff like that. So I am a nerdy person when it comes to like sci-fi, like space travel type things, but I've never been that good at it where I would know the actual weights of certain planets and things like that. That's crazy. I don't even know what septillion even equates to, right? Like, how many zeros is in there? Speaking of space stuff, the planet is not going to lose its gravity for 8 seconds on August 14th. Oh wait, why were they saying that it was gonna lose its gravity? Like, was there like a reason for that? Like that's kind of crazy to think about. But yeah, normally, speaking of which, earlier, you know, thank you again, everybody, for all those follows just now. I think, I don't know, like, we made it to the goal, but I didn't even remember that we had a goal set up there, so I don't even know what to do about the goal. Unfortunately, I wasn't prepared. I wasn't prepared! Like, you know, like, maybe we'll think of something, I don't know, like... What's a good 650 follower goal? Oh yeah, and I have to erase some of the shading too, just slightly. Because again, you know, like a lot of this stuff is being very subtle about the colors and things like that, and not being too not having too much harsh shading due to having too many hard lines and stuff like that. Like some of it can be softened. So that's what I'm doing right now. Let's see. Yeah, something to do with the pull of 2 black holes. All kinds of conspirators. Can a meteor make Earth spin faster? Can a meteor makes Earth spin faster? It depends on the size of the meteor, as I recall it. Like, from what people would say, I don't think like a regular meteor strike can actually do that to the planet, unless, of course, it was a pretty big one, right? Like where it would shift the magnetic poles or something like that. But then we would all be in trouble. I could be wrong about that. I could be totally wrong about that. An art raffle, I don't know, maybe, you know? The meteor will have to hit right at the North America and then bounce off, or something, right? No, it can't, yeah? Or something like that? Unless it was an extinction level? Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like, we would be in trouble for a meteor to actually do what, to make the Earth spin faster like that. I would think that it would be like an extinction level event, wouldn't it? It would have to be at least that big, right? Like, it would have to be something that ridiculous. Let's see. Okay, we got that. We got that. Yeah, I'm still working a little bit on certain parts to get certain things in here in terms of the detail on the skin parts. And again, you know, like a lot of times when you're coloring art like this and stuff like that, right? It's good to have a plan. And I completely forgot to follow my own plan. So, but at least I went back and I realized. At least I went back and I realized, okay, it's not completely too late. Also, septillion is 24 zeros. Damn, that is a lot of zeros. Holy. I'm just gonna say it. I don't normally count that high. I don't think anybody normally counts that high. It would have to be bigger than 90 houses and wider than 120 houses. Or something like that. So, you know, just something like that, right? But yeah, we'll see. I mean, like, art raffles are pretty cool. I would have to schedule it though. If we do decide to do like an art raffle to celebrate our goal, right? I would have to specifically schedule it to a certain time because again, like I'm under the gun right now to complete certain projects here, like this one, because I'm trying to set up my my portfolio more and stuff like that, right? Like I want to have enough work that I can apply to certain art tables and things like that for the year. And you know, like normally I would say that like I might have enough work to confidently apply to these things, but I always feel like you know, like I always feel like it's never enough, so I feel like I need more. So that's why I've been working quite hard just now to do this artwork and some of the other stuff that I've been trying to do as of late. Okay, first we do that. Oops, it's auto-saving. It's auto-saving! Okay. Let me grab that. I'm trying to give her the juicy lips, as it were. As it is known. We'll see if I'm successful. Oh, because this layer is on top. Okay, I see what's going on. My layers are my layers have a specific order that I need to overlay over each other. Let's see. Did you also know that it would take 3 years to go to Mars and back? Meteor would need to be half the size of North America and hit a precise angle at the equator. Find out how this impact would be stronger. Figured it out. Oh man. And I actually, yeah, I kind of remember hearing stuff about how long it would take us to get to Mars and back in a round trip and stuff like that. All I'm gonna say about that is that the people who volunteer for that mission, I'm just gonna say this right now, the people who volunteer for that mission, very much so, good luck. But I think as it is with our current technology and things like that, right, it's one of those, like, it would be amazing if they could do it, like, for sure, right? Like I would, like, in my lifetime, like, be amazed if somebody can go run a mission and go to Mars and back. But I feel like almost like those people though would likely not make it, let's just say, you know, realistically speaking. Like, we're just not there yet, like, with our rocket technology or our ability to survive outer space at all and stuff like that, and we're just not there yet. So, you know, I don't want to pour cold water on the Mars mission stuff, but, you know, even though I would love to see it, I would love to see it happening. If they could do it, I would totally be all for it. But I think it's like, it's not something that we could realistically do, unfortunately, without you know, making let's just say making certain sacrifices, unfortunately. And, you know, like, I don't think that we as a society are, you know, like, ready to do stuff like that, right? And then there's no like political gain. Like, I think I heard Neil Tyson deGrasse say it before, like, where it's like, we could do it like tomorrow or something like that, right? But, like, we would need the political will to want to do it, and there's no political will to do it. Like, a country like, for example, the United States, right? Like, if they really wanted to do it, they probably could if they put their resources into doing it. But it's like they don't have the political excuse to be like, you know what, let's spend $1 gazillion to do this right now and stuff like that. Like, they just don't have the will to do it right now because it's just not something that they feel like would be beneficial. But if another country that was not the United States said something like, oh yeah, you know what, we're gonna go ahead and put, like, missile bases on Mars for whatever reason, they would do it like tomorrow just to beat them there, to put their own missile bases up there. They would totally do it. They would be like, nope, we got ours first. And that's like the crazy part about the way that like that stuff would work, right? Like it would be all about doing it like that. Or rather, it would come out of that, you know? Because that's kind of how the US got to the moon in such a short amount of time. For those who are into the history of that sort of thing. But yeah, I don't think that the people that would go to Mars, they probably wouldn't make it. Like, unfortunately, like they did some tests with astronauts, like leaving them up in 0G for like a very long time to see what would happen to them, and it was not good. They lost a lot of muscle mass and stuff, and their bodies like started to kind of like, like it's almost like you get old like super fast and stuff like that, because you're losing so much of your body weight from being in those environments. And sometimes you could probably do things to help, right? Like get them to exercise more or something like that. But like eventually you're just gonna lose so much that like your body's not gonna be able to function like regularly, because it's not out there that you have to worry about, right? It's when they get back to Earth. Like they would literally not be suited to live on the planet Earth for quite a while if they can step on the planet Earth again. So it's like, it's fascinating in one way, but it's also like, oh man, I would feel so bad for those astronauts that went on that mission, because they would have like minimum months of like just being in some kind of like program to rehabilitate them so that they can live on planet Earth again, which would suck for them. Did you know it would take 1.9 billion years to travel all around the Milky Way? Well, yeah, that's one of those things that kind of sucks about space travel, right? Like the problem, one of the problems was why we don't go to a different star. In fact, there's like a lot of people that probably think that we're never going to be able to, as a society, make it because of the length of travel that it would take. We'd likely probably blow ourselves up first before that happens, unfortunately. The gravity difference on Earth and Mars, the third Fermi paradox. Yeah. Like, there's all sorts of crazy things that they're discovering. Like, I think recently they discovered something about there being like a huge radiation belt that's somewhere past the Kuiper belt and things like that, where like at the point where space becomes interstellar space, when the sun's gravity doesn't any longer have any effect on stuff that's out there. I think they recently discovered that there's a huge spike in radiation out there due to how many of the like particles and things like that travel out there, and there's just nothing to shield anything from it. So like we might not be able to pass that due to our current technology. Like we would have to be able to find a way to shield ourselves from that stuff first before we think about going to another like a solar system, right? Did you know it would take 9.14 trillion years to travel 1 light year? I could totally believe that. What did they call that? The great joke, or whatever it was called, because physics just makes it impossible for us to go that fast. So it's like, damn, why you gotta do us like that? Okay, I think I got the skin. I think I got the skin done. Yeah, that's it right there. Okay, now I gotta move on to the hair. Oh boy. Okay, let's see let's see how I map this out for the hair. Where is my layer? Where's my layer? Okay. Okay. That's how I did the hair. Okay. All right. Let's try to do a little bit of it for now, and then we'll see where we get. So for the hair, I need to do a multiply layer, because I have two different colors on the hair. Actually, it's not just this this white color, but also the green that's on top of it. There's like a soft gradient between the white and the green part, so I'm going to use a multiply layer to just avoid having to select two different colors and mixing it like to get that effect. So here we go. What color would I pick though? For shading, normally I do like either like a purple or a blue, like a dark purple or a blue. And I don't really go too dark though, because if you go too dark, it's a little bit too much. So let's see how this works. Let's see how it works first. Yeah, something like that is already too dark, but it might be okay. Whoa, hello. See, and then that is a little bit too much because you can see it's too purple. So I gotta go more towards the desaturated side of things, and probably that, yep. Probably that. Yeah, that's it. Did you know that light travels at a speed of exactly 299,792,458 meters per second, approximately 186,282 miles per second in a vacuum, making it the fastest known speed in the universe? yeah, like the speed, that's why they kind of measure things in the speed of light, but it's also kind of the, what do they call it, like the galactic speed limit or something like that. Technically, as far as we know, we're not supposed to be able to break that speed limit. But, you know, you never know. There may be some unknown physics out there that allows it to be possible. You know? Like, it's hard to say that something is definitely impossible. And it's like, you know, it's not something that people should, like, you know, say for certain, but this is one of those certainties that a lot of scientists are pretty sure about. But I would imagine that somewhere out there, somebody's probably figured it out. Okay, let's see. Okay, now that I have that, let me do the easy stuff first, which is this stuff over here. We know all this stuff is behind her, so might as well just fill it in, right? Yeah, I know. You're all like, Bard, you're being such a nerd. I know. And I'm not even that like the smart kind of nerd. I just have too much time sometimes, and I'm like, I get interested in these weird things. Like, what did Milhouse say on The Simpsons? I'm not a nerd. Nerds are smart. Facts. Yeah, and sometimes I'll do these strokes with the hair shading where I'll leave like these sharp edges and things like that so that it looks like there are hair strands coming out of this, right? but that's just a me thing. Like I personally like the look of it when I do stuff like that, but you know, it's not for everyone. And then maybe down here. Yeah, originally when I started this today's stream, I was like, I'm probably not gonna talk all that much because I got a lot of this stuff to go through, and now I'm like, I'm just kind of like talking your ears off. I'm sorry, guys. I should probably focus on doing this, but you know, when you guys start talking about stuff that I'm interested in, then I get yappy. Did you know lightning travels at 186,000 miles per second, basically instant to your eyes? If you see lightning and hear thunder 10 seconds later, the strike would be 2 miles away. I've heard about that. You always see it before you hear it. Yeah. I'm just moving across this and just adding certain shadows in certain places as I go. Okay, this is back there, so it's okay to... Then I add some of this over here. Because it's like darker down here, and then as you go like upwards, it'll start to be more in the light, so... Speaking of stuff that piques your interest, new Spawn movie. Really? After all this time, there's a new Spawn movie. Jeez. Do they even still make the comics? I actually am curious about that, because I know that there was like a time when Todd McFarlane became like completely disconnected from the comic series, and it's just kind of written by others that he trusts. At least I think, right? Like, that is really crazy though. It's been a minute since I've heard anything Spawn related. $1,000 Earth spins would be 24,000 hours, so a little over 2 years and 9 months. Damn. Yeah, like, you know, I remember also like what was it? Oh shoot, Bloodshot. I think that was the comic or something like that. I forgot who made, but there was a movie for one of those old Image Comics IPs and stuff like that, and I didn't realize that they actually made one. I was like, really? Jeez. Next thing you're gonna tell me there's like a Darkhawk movie or something like that. Like one of these really old like series that, you know, like we just kind of lost track of. After so long. Wow, that's so crazy. Okay, so let's see. Let's see here. Yeah, whenever I put it on its default, because by default I always draw stuff like 11 by 17 at 300 DPI, so it's always like this like vertical poster size that I always draw it. But now that I'm looking at this, I'm almost certain that this probably looks better horizontal than it does vertically. But it is coming along. I do like the progress that we made here, you know? Did you know if you circled Milky Way 11,000 times, it would take 2.53 years. So like 2.5 years, roughly? 2.5 years and 4 months or something like that. But yeah, you know, like we made a lot of progress, but you know, like I do need to go and find the food. The fooding has to happen because like unfortunately, like, you know, this is work evening for me and stuff like that, and I gotta get up super early in the mornings and stuff like that to go to work and stuff like that. So I think I have to put the pencil down for now. But damn, we did a lot of progress on this. I'm very happy with where it's going, especially since we got the chance to redraw like all those areas that I was like, damn, I screwed up. I should have been looking at the right design. But you know, like we got a lot of the areas redrawn, and you know, we did a lot of work with coloring the skin, and so far it's coming out pretty good, I think, right? Pretty good. Again, I have to thank OceanX for rating in. Oshio is always super awesome, and you can find her channel over at Oceanex at Twitch. And thanks for all the follows, the new follows that came in today. You know, like super appreciate everybody that said hi or was chatting with us today. You know, like it's been really cool. And yeah, if you guys happen to want to go to vgen.co and look up Cappy Buds, that is me and Mooney Shoda's art collective. I have to be better about promoting us because I always forget to do that, you know. I mean 2.53 trillion years, damn, that's a lot. Putting it in my commission now. Are you? But yeah, like it's been really cool. I'll be back tomorrow at the same time, roughly. I stream Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, US time. So I usually stream at those times. So I'll be back tomorrow. We're gonna continue working on this, and we're gonna get to shading in the hair and probably the clothes and stuff like that, you know, like if we're lucky. Because I usually feel like once we get done with the skin and the eyes and stuff like that, like the next most challenging part is the hair, but you get through those three things and you're almost there. So, you know, like once those things are done, we're just gonna add special effects and background, and I'm hoping that this gets done. The coloring for this gets done. You can't escape. You know what? Sometimes I wonder if I even care to escape. Sometimes I have to wonder. But yeah, here we go. So, you know, since everybody came in and rated me, maybe I should do something that I haven't done in a minute and go, okay, so, and definitely not regenerate Bard raid. And we gotta look for somebody to raid into. So there's the raid message, but who shall we go to raid into? Let's see. We're gonna make this a real quick selection this time. We're gonna make it a real quick selection this time. Probably somebody that's arting, right? We gotta keep the arting going. Let's see. I see arting. You know what? It's been a minute. We're gonna go ahead and visit Risabun. She's an amazing artist here on Twitch. And yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. Same bard time, same bard place. And we will see, you know? Like, hopefully you guys have a great evening. And yeah, in a couple of seconds, we are gonna hit raid. And here we go. All right, so everybody, give Rissa a super awesome hello if you are still here when we raid in. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, see ya, guys. Here we go.